Hello, everybody. It's Whitney, the Friday girl, or like a friend of mine said, thank God it's Whitney with TGIW. All right, for this week, it's about um, coming out, and it says, who did I come out to first? Well, that's it's kind of interesting, actually. I actually I came out to both my mom and my sister. And they told me that they knew already, because I acted different when I was around 8 years old, and I knew there was something different about me, and I did, I played with my sister and her friends and my girl cousins and stuff like that, and so, but I didn't really come out to the rest of my family until, well, let's see here. I didn't really come out until around when I started my transition. Was it when I was 26? I'm 28 now. And I started um, June June 21st, 2011 is when I started. Yes. No. Wait. Is that correct? Okay. Overall, like I said, I've been on estrogen for 27 months. So, no, it's 2 years. Okay. But anywho, my mom, my sister, and my brother, who actually lives in Massachusetts, they all accept me. My sister was actually really pleased to hear that from me because she always has wanted a sister. So that was a really good thing. That was a plus. Um, my dad's side of the family, um, but see, my dad was actually murdered whenever I was young, so never got to know him. But anywho, on the other hand, his side of the family, they all make fun of me except for my grandpa. But my grandpa, he died in 2011, so I mean, back then he didn't make fun of me at all. But everybody else did, and they basically disowned me on that side of the family. Now my mom's side, my Uncle David and Aunt Wendy, I did come out to them. I believe it was in the summer of 2012, and they both love me very much. They're supportive too. My cousins, a couple of them now, on like my Uncle David and Aunt Wendy's kids. That's who I'm talking about. I think like two of them know. One of them actually friended me on here on Facebook. Sorry, correction. And she actually sent me a family that were family, and I accepted it. So that was really cool. Now it does say, does friends and family approve? I do have a lot of friends, and like friends present and friends from the past. There's a lot of them grouped together that still they accept me. Um, the ones in high school, there's a bunch of them that accept me, but then there's another bunch that don't accept me. But overall, I have a lot of people that accept me and approve of me being my true self. And that's really good. Okay, and this is a good one. It actually says, are you out to your job? When I started my transition, I came out at the job, yes, but I worked at a hospital. I was a transporter. And so, meaning I went all over that place. I mean, completely all over it. From one end to the other was a quarter-mile walk. So, what they averaged us to do was 15 to 20 miles per day, okay? So yeah, go figure. But, anywho, back to the subject here. When I worked there, when I came out, there was a lot of people that would point at me and say, that's her, oh, that's him, that's her. And I was like, seriously? You're going to do that to me? Really? But then I kind of laughed about it. I was like, huh, you know what? I'm actually happy for myself. I actually came out to all of you. And as a matter of fact, at the time whenever I came out, there was a roughly, I think they said roughly 6,000 employees were employed there. And almost everybody in the whole hospital knew about moi. And there was a lot of people that accepted me, and then there was some that just looked at me like, what? So I'm not really, I wasn't ashamed. I was like, you know, this is me. This is me. This is how I've always been. It's just, I had to eventually come out of my little hole. But anywho, what else is there? It says, how did you come out, verbally or a letter? Well, I did that verbally. I didn't even come out in a letter. But the funniest thing is I do have, I did have a journal, and I was writing stuff about my coming out and all that other stuff. I did that. And right now, if any of you become friends with me for the future, or even want to stop by my Facebook page, you're more than welcome to. I actually have, under my notes, it's like it's called a short story of my life. It's like a smaller version of a biography, like autobiography, of my transgender self, and it explains everything, how everything happened, and stuff like that. It's actually really cool. A lot of people have told me it was inspiring, so that's really cool, and it's uplifting for me. Since I care about so many people, it like brings warmth to my heart whenever somebody says, "Hey, you're inspiration to me. You've saved a life," you know, because of your post, because of what you've written, your notes and stuff. It's just amazing things. But yeah, and let's see here. Okay, how long did it take me to come out, and why? I came out when I was 16 years old to my mom and my sister. You know, kind of the funny thing about that was I remember driving in our Mustang with my mom and my sister. Or actually, I was riding. And I remember my sister and my mom just teasing with me. Oh, you want to have a sex change? You want to have a sex change? At that time, I did want to say yes. I did. Because my mom was working for the airlines, and the airlines support the LGBT. And I wish I would have, because I would have had everything done a long time ago. But it's okay. It's okay because, you know, I got to face life in two different views. In which, yes, I'm being honest with all of you. I do wish I would have changed when I was younger, but in a way, it's kind of good because where I'm at 28 years old, I'm kind of the in-between. I mean, because it's like I've said to many people, you have your youth, you have your adolescent, then you skip up. You got your mid-age, upper age, and then you got seniors. Where do I fall into place? Well, like a friend of mine said the other day to me, you know, we're probably just going to be considered young adults. That's a good word for it. So, where I'm at, I can actually relate with a lot of people. Because I have lots of friends that are around my age, either coming out transgender, or they're in the process already, and they're about the same, we're about close to each other with how many months we've been on hormone replacement therapy. Sorry everybody, my brain's really trying to think. I'm trying to put everything out there for you so that you understand my point of view too. And then I did explain that, you know, did anyone suspect it before about me coming out, before I came out to them? My mom and my sister did. No one else, really. It was just those two. What was the hardest part about coming out? I think the hardest part about coming out is the fact that you're so scared. You don't know what's going to happen on the other end of coming out. Like, who you come out to, you're like, oh no, please don't kill me, please don't shunt me, or something. You know, it's a barrier. But once you move past that barrier, it's a relief. It is. But yeah, but overall, coming out, that's really my coming out story. And everybody's been cool, except for, like I said, my dad's side of the family. But it's all good. I don't really worry about that much. I just look forward for my future. And like I forgot to even say it in the first video that I've made. I do plan on going to either Dr. Marcy Bowers or Dr. Suporn in Thailand. They're both really good surgeons, but I am more leaning towards Dr. Bowers because it's here in the United States. And if you have to go overseas, there's just so much stuff that you have to do. And, I mean, but yeah. And I guess really that's it. So, I do look forward to making another video next week for y'all, and hope to see a lot of y'all soon. Please subscribe to our channel, even get more and more people to subscribe. We are really trying to get this transgender awareness out more to everybody. And yeah, alright, I will see you guys next week.